Okay folks, I'm going to tell you a shrimp pattern that's called the Roy Wilson shrimp. Now, this is a Northern Irish style shrimp pattern. So the hook in the vase is a size 12 partridge patriot double. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 80 in black. So simply just going to come in and get the thread started behind the eye of the hook. Just run on a few turns of thread, and then I'm just going to remove the waist tag of thread. Now the tag on the fly is going to be oval silver tinsel and small. So I'm just going to come in, catch this in underneath the hook, a couple of tight turns, bring the oval silver tinsel underneath the hook. Then I'm going to run my thread down, tang this in. Just going to bring my thread down as you always do until my thread slightly past the point of the hook, and then I'm going to come around with my oval silver tinsel to create my tag. Now this is a good pattern for bright days, low water. So 4 turns of the oval silver tinsel. Just going to bring the oval silver tinsel up in between the 2 hooks. A couple of turns just to secure that in nice and tight. Then I'm going to come in and trim away the excess. Now the tail on the fly, you can use a long red cock hackle if you wish, but I'm going to use a dyed red golden pheasant breast feather. So I'm just going to come in and take away the rubbish from the bottom, stroke back the fibres to reveal the tip, come in, 1 turn to catch in the tip, another turn to secure. I'm going to fold back the tip, bring my thread back up over the top, tying that in. Now having let go of the tip, just going to come in and remove it. Now, good pattern this for fresh fish grills. So just going to stroke back the fibres, then I'm just going to come around with 1 turn in front of the other. Now don't worry about it if the fibres tend to get wrapped up and married on each other. We can sort that out in a wee second. Just concentrate on getting your feather onto the hook. Now I'm going to use it all up. I like a good thick tail in my shrimp flies, so I'm just going to bring my thread into position. I'm going to come around, catch in the 1 turn to catch it in, a couple of turns to secure. Now I'm going to keep this in underneath because I'm going to try and keep the body as smooth as possible. Now keeping the thread tight, break away the stem. Just going to come in with my brush and just brush out the tail. Now just get it sitting nice where you like. Now the body on the fly, both rear and front, is oval silver tinsel, and I'm just going to use the Vineyard French in size 14. So I'm just going to come in, take off a good length. That'll do for both the rear and the front. Just going to tie this in underneath on the way back down. It's sitting straight. Couple of turns, catch it in, bring it in underneath the hook. Just tie it in nice and tight, right up against the tail. Bring my thread back up again, and then just come around with 1 touch and turns of the oval silver tinsel, nice and tight, up to there. Follow it around with your thread, 1 turn to hold, a couple of turns will secure that in. Then come in and trim away the excess. Now the mid hackle is going to be a yellow. This is a fluorescent yellow Chinese cock hackle. So I'll just come in, take a feather, stroke back the fibres to reveal the tip. Going after the tip up, I'm going to come around with a turn to hold, another turn to secure. I'm going to fold back the tip and just tie up over the tip and the hackle, nice and tight. Then you can come in, locate your tip, you can break it away. Now I'm just going to come in with my scissors and just stroke back the fibres. And then it's just one turn front to the other. Turns are up to you, always say that, but it is up to you. Also depends on the quality of the hackle. But with this being a size 12, I'm only going to put on 2 or 3 turns. Don't think it needs any more. It's a nice bright fly, this. So I'm just going to come round. It's plenty for me. I'm going to turn in there a thread, a couple of turns to hold. Now I'm going to strip away some of the remainder fibre that's on the hackle stem. And then I'm going to tie in the hackle stem underneath. I'm not wanting to cut it because I want to try and keep the body. A couple of wee fibres here I want to get back. I want to keep the body as smooth as I can. But there, now keeping my thread tight, I can break away the stem. On the way back down, we're going to tie in another length of our oval silver. And small. I'm going to catch this in underneath again. Nice and tight. Bring it underneath the shank of the hook. Pull these fibres back. Then bring it the thread tied up against the mid hackle. And back up. And then we'll just bring up our oval silver tinsel. Now, I'm going to get a nice tight turn onto the mid hackle. Nice and tight with the oval silver tinsel. You put super glue on there if you want, just to make the fly and the body last a wee bit longer, but I don't think it needs it. So I'm just going to come around with a couple of turns now to secure in the oval silver tinsel, and then I'm going to come in and trim away the excess. Front hackle, you can put on a medium or light blue. Now, I'm going to put on a hen hackle, so I'm just going to come in here and select the feather off this wee cape. Come in, I'm going to stroke back the fibres. Now, this being a size 12, I'm going to trim the hackle, the tip off, just to get myself a 10-in point. Offer this up to the hook and just tie this in. Got limited space on a size 12. Now, just going to stroke these fibres back. Just going to do one turn front to the other. Now, with this being a hen hackle, just want to see, put one more turn in and that'll do me. Don't want to be creating too much bulk, so that'll do me there. Just going to follow it around with my thread. A tight turn in, a couple of tight turns to hold everything. Now, I'm not going to fold this back either. I'm going to trim this off. I usually like to try and fold them back. Anything that's going forward, just come in and stroke them back. Get a couple of turns in there. It's just a wee fibre here on my side. Just want to take it away. Bring the thread back up into position. Now, as the fly goes on the original pattern, that's it. That's the fly finished. You don't need to put jungle cackle on this fly. That's the way the pattern was tied, but I'm going to put jungle cackle on mine. Right, 2 wee small feathers here. There's a seam on the undersides. Just going to get them lined up in my hand. Stroke back the fibres. Just going to offer these up to the hook. I'm just going to come around and hold them on the sides. Just going to come in with a couple of loose turns, just to hold them. And then I just want to come in and make sure that they're the same length. Right. Just want to make sure that they're the same length before I tie them in. I'll pull that one in a wee tad. Just move it into position. Happy enough with that. Just going to tighten up now. Down to the eye. I'm going to fold back the stems. And then just bring my thread up over the top of the stems of the jungle cock. Right. Any wee fibres go forward, just come in, just be patient. Just come back in, tie it all down. Right, want to keep the thread tight. Want to come in and break away the stems. Keeping the thread tight. Just want to come in with my whip finishing tool and throw in a whip finish. Right, see if we can get into the habit of folding your stems of your jungle cock back. It just adds a wee bit more security and longevity to the fly, and it'll stop the jungle cock from pulling out. They have to break off. Right, that's the wee fly finished, so I'm just going to come in. First coat on the head. Just on the head, super glue. Just right the whole way right round. And then once that dries, I'll come in and put on a couple of coats of varnish to seal the head up. So there you go. Good wee fly but well suited for low water conditions. But it would definitely 100%. The colour combination's correct for fresh run salmon grills. Good for the summer. So look, tie a few up and hopefully you can catch you a few fish.